All right. What's going on, my people? How we doing? How we doing? Good Sunday to you. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend. Often I like to come on Sunday nights and do a live stream. Uh, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that tonight. Got a little plans, so I wanted to come on and go over a few charts with you because I don't like to leave nobody hanging, right? So, anyways, my name's Mike. This is the Money Mike Show. Very nice to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up for me. If you're new, thank you. Starting out, just thanks for stopping by and listening for a moment. If you're new, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. I feel like I got good content here. I'm just an average Joe working these charts for the average working person that's trying to get an edge on trading. I'm a technical trader and a day trader in the Stocks with Josh community. If you'd like to join, if you would like a helping hand and some guidance on your trading journey, if you hit the description of the video, the top link will bring you into the Stocks with Josh Discord there. And we live day trade every day. We have power hour day trading most 5 days a week too. So there's a lot going on. We would love to have you. Love to be a helping hand in your journey of trading. So yeah, hit that link, guys. Let's hop into a couple of charts. Going into this week, I had something on my mind. There's my cat in the background going crazy. Sorry about that. We're gonna hop into Google here, okay? And this caught my eye towards the end of the day on Friday. So just for good measure here, let's spread this out a little bit. Okay. All right. So guys, I'm going to take you into Google on the daily chart. And one of the things I measure a trend by is one of the EMAs, and that's just a moving average, okay? So this green line you see and this blue line you see on the chart, these are moving averages. Let me try to adjust the screen for you guys. There we go. It's a little better. So the 9 EMA holds very close to price action no matter what time frame you're on. If we go to a 5-minute time frame, you can see that when we are trending, the 9 exponential moving average here, this green line that I'm drawing with, this holds really close to the price action when we're on a trend, even on a small time frame. Same way that the 20 does. The 20 is a little farther away from the price action. Gives a little more room, I guess, between the trend and the moving average, right? So when we go to a daily, we can see that Google has now closed a candle on the daily time frame back above the 9 EMA here, which I like. Okay. The 20 will be the next thing we need to cross over here. I think the 20 says it's closing at 317.83. So we really need to move above the 20-day or the 20 EMA here, and in order to start pushing again on Google. I like the fact that we held this same level from back here, pretty much the same area. If we draw us a trend line back here, you can see we held this 296 level. I like that. We bounced there, showing some strength. So one of the next things I look at is momentum. This is the RSI here. And you can see now that Google has moved back into 40, which I love, and across this yellow moving average here on our RSI. It's closed over the daily. So I think we have a potential to hit 50 and shoot on. Oftentimes we can hit 50 and then back test it once, or really close in this zone, in this area. We'll back test it and then move up. So those are a couple of possible scenarios here on Google. As far as price levels go, I'm watching. I think we've got room up towards 325, 324, 325. So this caught my eye on Friday, and I was really liking the way it's looking. I was able to get a quick starter, but I was not able to announce it. It was at the end of the day. So now I want Google. Let's go to a 15-minute time frame. I want Google. I would like for it to hold this little upper range that it created on Friday as we move into Monday this week. Maybe we'll get a back test down in this neighborhood of 312, in which I would look to add or see how this acts at 312.70. So if you want to mark these on your charts, for intraday, and adding to a long position for a quick swing here, maybe over the course of a week to 2 weeks. Okay. Now, if 312 holds, if you wanted to add one, again, let me just emphasize, I am not a financial advisor, guys, but this is where I would add. I'm just simply a guy that loves charting and like to help people, okay? So I'm just trying to show you my levels, that what I'm doing. Anything I say doesn't mean for you to buy, hold, or sell, okay? Now, 312.70 area, I'm going to see how it reacts there if we get that pullback, or a deeper pullback into Friday's pre-market high, which is where we had some more consolidation here, right? So 309. If I don't like 312, then I'm going to see how 309 area acts for a place to add. Now, worst case scenario, this pulls all the way back to Friday's open and bounces again. So keep your eye on these levels. This is actually last week's, the week before's low from back here on this Friday. You see that? So if we stretch this red line on across a little bit here, we're going to see the previous week's low point. Now we have worked. This is another thing that caught my eye. We worked through that and back tested it here. See that? For a bounce and a skyrocket day, right? Now, let's go into that Thursday, February 12th. That's the high. Look where we have came to now. Okay. This is our next point to break across, around 316. Okay, we got to get over this. You could call it 316.50 to be safe. Moving over that could put us back towards 321 and 325. That is the levels I will be watching on Google. So bottom number here to add on would be 303, 309, 312. Break out over 316. Okay, I'm going to try to make this easy and simple. So we'll run a little volume profile back a couple of weeks here, 2 or 3 weeks. And the cool thing is Google has left a lot of gaps in volume on the way down here, right? So if we get over this 316 level, we've got an easy move towards 319, maybe even 320. Right in here. Just showing you a level at a time here, guys. Then we have another gap in structure and volume up to another level around 322.75 right in here. And then top target 325. Okay. Now that I got that out of the way, I'm going to look on my options chain. And if I can switch windows, give me 1 second. All right, here we are on Webull. I just want to help you if you get into looking at the options on this. Today is the 22nd, so I want to give this time to play out if I'm going to swing this, right? I want to give it a little time. So being February 22nd, I want to at least go out a month. So let's look at March 20th. We're going to look at call options, and we're going to go start looking at open interest. Okay, this little value up here. And then the next thing I look at is volume, open interest and volume. Okay. And I like to buy at the money or in the money if I'm going to swing. So looking at the 310 strikes, Google closed around 315 after market. So the ones I like on this are probably the March 20th 310 strikes. These have really nice open interest with pretty good volume and a good delta. These are the three categories that I like to watch, that I like to look at, okay? Now, could you go out of the money? Yeah, you could. But if Google pulls back on us some, these are going to fall harder. So just be aware. Now, if I'm going out of the money, I could look at the 320s. They have pretty good open interest and really good volume. So I don't mind that. These are more around 875 to 915, whereas the 310s are a little more pricey. So you get what you pay for type thing. Now, those are the strikes that I would look at if I was getting this. If you wanted to go further out in time, you certainly can. You could go to June and look at these. They're just going to be pricier, guys. They're going to be way more pricey to look at these. But you're buying time. So if you're buying time, of course you're going to pay more. So that's what you got to think about, okay? Now, that's Google. So just keep those levels on your radar. Let me know what you think about it, if you like the levels, if you don't like the levels. And I'm also going to pull up, while we're on here, Amazon. Let's check out Amazon together. We're going to get rid of all these drawings. And we're going to go to a 1 hour time frame, guys. This is kind of where I like to start. I like to get an overview. If you'll notice, Amazon has been in an upper range for a long time up here at the top. We can go to a daily and see the same thing. Let's go to a daily time frame. This is a big range on Amazon. You can see when we lost 212, we have now worked our way back towards 212. I've been calling it 213 because it's actually 212.80. That is breakout on Amazon, 213, my friends, 213. Now, here's the cool thing about Amazon. A very similar setup as to what Google is right now. What do we need? You can see this RSI crossed our signal and starting to push 40. We need this thing to continue through 40, and we need to break over 213. Breaking over 213 gives us, let's just look at the upper level. Look at the gap here, guys. Okay. Not much to stop us if we get momentum cooking and we get over 213. Please mark 213 on your chart. That don't mean if we get a 1 minute candle over it that it's going to rip. I'm just telling you that this is the line in the sand. If we can start pushing 213 and this momentum continues up to 50 and then 60, this thing has got some room to run. Amazon and Google. I would be watching my MACD lines. Remember, these are early unconfirmed. We're going to watch these two lines to intersect and cross, and we're going to watch RSI to go through 40 up to 50 for our next step. And then we want to cross that 20 EMA. That could put us back on a trend in which Amazon, let me get rid of this drawing for a moment. We're going to look at the monthlies here. Now, this whole month of January here is like from here to here, that big X, okay? Lots and lots of volume up here between 240 and 236, okay? So if Amazon took off up that way, that could be an area of interest. And possibly this zone between 225 and 232. These would be areas of interest. I'm just going to mark a few levels on here for you. Okay. I like those levels compared to where we're at now, right? If we hold over the 9 EMA and we continue with momentum. So that's a big if now. So don't get it conflated. This cannot go. This is not confirmed. This can absolutely not go. Here is the POC in good level of support for now, around 203. You could call it this 202.80 if you wanted to. Right in there. Now I'll bring that back down for you. Initially, we will want to move on back across 213, guys. I got 212.80 marked, but that's the one. That's the number. All right. There's Google. There's Amazon. You know, sometimes I tell people we get on the lives and we chart 1,000 things, and I love doing that. But you only need a few things on your plate at a time. Sometimes you get spread out too much. Don't get sucked into the noise. Don't get sucked into being completely spread out and not able to keep up with what you want to watch. So keep these levels on your charts. Play your levels, right? Don't worry about the other 50 things going on. Focus in on your levels and on your chart and what's in front of you, and play it right. That's what I would tell you. Okay. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. Josh has covered the SPY a lot. I don't mind to look at it, but to be honest with you, this is not the time for me to go crazy bonkers with SPY. Like it is in such a range up here at the top. Look at this. You know, buying, if you were swinging this You really need to buy off the 680 zone for longs, and be shorting off the 698 zone for shorts. It is stuck in this range. In the meantime, on the weekly, on the SPY, it continues to fade some on momentum, but this is not giving up yet totally. This is not giving up. So, we can come test the top again on SPY. This is the weekly chart. This was a pretty strong move up this week, and got to respect that. It is still on top of the 20, and it just barely crossed over the 9 EMA. So we got to get moving if we're going to get back on a trend on the SPY. Right now, it's stagnated at the top. So I would rather, as far as bigger swing levels and stuff, I would rather look into other tickers. And one thing I should probably do is, before I get off here, I will say on Amazon, if I were looking a month out for an option, like I did Google, I like the March 20th 210 strikes. Lots of open interest and volume. And to be honest with you, even though it's out of the money a little bit, the 220 strike on Amazon has a tremendous amount of open interest and volume. So the 210 or the 220 if you want to be out of the money a little bit, okay? All right, my friends. I love you. Keep it real. I will see you this week. If you're in the Discord, I'll see you in the morning. We'll be live day trading. If you're not in the Discord, again, hit that description. Come join me. Man, we learn every day. We learn, and we're having fun doing it. It's a great atmosphere, and if you put your heart into it, you will get out of it what you put into it. I will say that. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Peace. Take care.